Spirit don't move on the schedule. She listens first, then she speaks. You never know with her. You never know with her. She don't rehearse, she receive. One working, cut up and free. Yeah, you never know with her. She quiet, the spirits they go. Then you start taking control. You never know with her. She don't explain what she knows. She just delivers the message and goes. She don't clock in, she tapped in. Episode change with the breath she breathing. Some days it's comfort, some days it's mirror. Some days it's love, some days it's clearer. She don't perform, she channel. Say less, but her presence is mental. Ego get nervous, mask get tight. Cause true walk heavy when it into the light. She'll laugh with you, then pause mid-sentence. Say one thing that hits your chest like a sentence. Didn't plan it, didn't write it down. Spirit said now, so now it's sound. She don't know what's coming either, till it land on her tongue. She a vessel, not a script, that's why everywhere you run. You never know with her. She might soothe you or stir you away. Say the thing you scared to say. You never know with her. She trusts what move through her hands. Not everybody don't understand. You never know with her. She don't predict, she obey. That's why every word feel brave. You never know with her. One episode tears, next one fire. One moment prayer, next one quiet. She let spirit drive the wheel. That's why it always feels so real. She don't promise easy healing, she promise honest release. If you sit her space too long, you might have to meet your peak. She don't want you what's ahead, cause spirit don't ask permission. If you play, you already chose to receive the transmission. She not random, she responsive. She moving a signal call. Every word time divinely. Even when it shake your world.
What crossed the ocean and what arrived in the so-called New World brought memory that could not be drowned or beaten out. The Middle Passage did not end any ancestral relationship. It changed lands. That's it. The ancestors understood that conditions change, land protections gone were no longer enough. Open practice was not safe. Language became dangerous. So assistants had to change. Guardians adjusted. Wisdom was adapted. Today we're going to talk about adaptation. The goddesses and the teachers who stepped forward during and after the crossing were not replacements for African wisdom. They were just extensions of it, responding to water, displacement, secrecy, and above all, survival in an unfamiliar place. The ancestors governed the dreams when waking life was controlled. They restored the rhythm where time was flattened into labor, and they protected memory when the records were destroyed. They trained healers to listen to new lands without forgetting the old truths. And this is where hoodoo begins to fully take shape, built in survival in hostile conditions. This is continuity. When our people were forced through the Middle Passage, they didn't leave these teachings behind. They carried them inside, in their muscle memory, in breath, in rhythm, in how they cooked, prayed, sang, washed, buried, and protected and loved each other under conditions designed to erase them. That's the part that gets misunderstood. The diaspora didn't create any new things. It adapted ancient wisdom under pressure, and hoodoo didn't appear because people wanted a new spiritual system. And it came about because survival demanded practicality. Our ancestors needed ways to protect themselves, heal themselves, and communicate with spirit when everything familiar had been taken away. Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome. Today we have new messages as we traveled across the water. Some of us were already here on this land, but some of us weren't. And that middle passage took a lot out of us as a people. But here we are. I'll be right back after this message.
There's no pressure, I'll be waiting, and I'm trying this energy, so I can give you all of me, all of me. It's been 11 days and 11 nights, and I've been thinking about you constantly, and all the time, baby, I even roll down on my knees, just to get to where you are, and make you mine. I don't wanna rush it, yeah. I just want you to trust it. We'll be fine, give it time, There's no pressure, I'll be waiting, and I'm trying this energy, so I can give you all of me, all of me. It's been a long day, babe, I go a long way. Don't ever worry if you got me, cause you got me. All of the wrongs you've had, I wanna make it right. Just one chance, I won't fight it. If it doesn't fit, it's alright. It ain't my time. There's no pressure, I'll be waiting, and I'm trying this energy, so I can.
Walked. Those 12 messages are the backbone of Hoodoo, whether people realize it or not. I want to be clear about something first. Hoodoo is not a religion. It is survival, and everything that you receive from those goddesses' maps directly onto how Hoodoo functions in the diaspora. Wisdom went underground. Natasi, new beginnings, shows up in Hoodoo as the ability to start over repeatedly without losing yourself. Hoodoo understands that ritual is not decoration. It is how you reclaim your agency, yourself, when control has been taken from you. Nazi Lili, cycles and endings, shows up in Hoodoo's deep respect for timing. Our ancestors didn't get to skip grief. They learned how to move through it without losing their sanity. Ekonidi, justice, shows up in Hoodoo as protection and boundary setting. The ancestors are reminding us now that silence has never been the same as peace. Initiation, was the whole motherland, shows up in hoodoo as lived experience. Hoodoo respects elders, not because they're perfect, but because they've been through something and came back with instruction. Inkozazana, healing in water, is everything in hoodoo. Washes, baths, floor cleanses, river work, Florida water, rain water, storm water, tears. If you don't protect the water, you're destroying your own medicine. Musu Korani, endings and expansion, is the reason hoodoo never stopped evolving. You see, the ancestors are telling us now to stop boxing ourselves into narrow definitions of what our practice should look like. Hoodoo has always been adaptive. Rhythm, spirit, and timing is the heartbeat of the diaspora. Work songs, spirituals, ring shouts, blues, jazz, gospel, hip hop. Let things move in their proper tempo. Divination, their inner knowing, is why hoodoo trusts signs, dreams, intuition, and your body responses. The ancestors are telling us now to stop giving out our wisdom. Stop. You're giving it to everybody else while ignoring what our bodies and spirits are saying. Allah, which is earth, is why hoodoo is grounded in dirt, roots, graveyard dirt, footprints, tracks, and anything, any type of work associated with the land. The ancestors are calling us back into the relationship with the land, the food, and the body, because disconnection has made us sick. The altar is your relationship. It survived as mantles, bedside tables, kitchens, windowsills. The ancestors are telling us now to stop neglecting our connections while expecting protection and guidance on demand. Naingoing Megede, sound and night work, lives in prayer, hummed under breath, in songs passed down, in music that moves people without explanation. The ancestors are reminding us that sound opens the doors the mind can't. And Bunzi, inheritance, is the final truth. There is beauty in what survived. So what are the ancestors and goddesses telling us now? They're telling us that hoodoo is not outdated. It's misused when it's taken, when they take it all the way down and discount it. And they take out responsibility, protection, because that still is necessary. Love is still an action, not a feeling. Support does not come from pretending everything is okay. Wisdom is meant to be lived. The age of the diaspora didn't break the line, it just tested it. And the fact that you are here, listening, asking, remembering, that means that the line held. Now the question isn't whether the wisdom applies. The question is how you going to use it. How you going to use it. Powerful. I'll be right back.
Happy Valentine's Day. Be on the lookout for a Valentine's special on JamaicaEssentials.com.
The petite 9x6 Valentine box opens to a cobalt and silver collection, a 3-ounce body spray with silver atomizer, a 4-ounce tin of whippings.
Inside the premium 10x8 Valentine box, every element is chosen to pamper. A 4-ounce body spray and an 8-ounce body wash.
Yeah, we shine, nothing less. Drip so divine, body magic in the air. Jamaica got the vibe, self-love everywhere. Essentials only keep it real, no stress.
Welcome to the Valentine's special on ShamakaEssentials.com. I know, don't shoot the messenger. The men's will be posted today. You can start shopping now for early bird special. You get an additional $5 off. So if you sign up and subscribe to the page for news and updates, you will receive the email with the code. Okay? All right. Thank you for supporting not only my endeavor with the shop, but also here at Blended Healing Realms. Thank you. Let us continue. Now that we are here through the diaspora, we needed another set of goddesses to help us on this side to acclimate and to reassure us that we were not by ourselves in a strange place for those who came over with the diaspora, not the ones who are already here. So there is a collective message for y'all embedded in this. Please take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Gratitude. Kiana enters the crossing as demanded something different. When our people were forced into the ocean, land protections were not enough anymore. The water itself became a threshold, and the ancestors understood that survival required new guardians who could move where humans could not. And Kayanda arrived as a necessity. She is unpredictable because the sea is unpredictable. You don't dominate it, you negotiate with it. And Kiana is over dream time because dreams become the safest meeting place. You couldn't speak freely or practice openly, but you could still dream. And that's where the messages were passed. The ancestors are telling you that you have better access and rest than you think. Kiana's teaching is simple but uncomfortable. If you want guidance, you have to make space to receive it. That means cleaning your sleeping space, your area, your bedroom, or wherever you sleep, and reduce the noise levels. Turn off people telling you what to do and how to act or what to say, and go to bed without any type of distraction. Kiana's teaching is simple. It's real simple because dreams are conversations. Kiana doesn't promise you comfort. She promises you access to what you want to know. And if you're asking for clarity and getting no answer during the day, it's because the conversation is scheduled for night. You don't control how ancestors appear. You prepare and you receive. Keandra is foundational because your existence, even after crossing, required communication over being logical. And that hasn't changed. May that message find you well, be well. Take that message if it resounds with you. And if it doesn't, let it go. All right? Let's move on to the next goddess. Nigbami talks about lunar order and life-death continuity. She comes to restore order, not control. The days are measured by labor instead of cycles. Nights lost their authority, and the moon was reduced to background picture instead of guidance. Nigbami corrects all of that. She reminds you that life does not move in a straight line. Birth and death are not opposites, they are exchanges. Energy does not disappear, it returns, it moves things around and then re-enters. The ancestors are asking you to rethink how you measure time. Not everything needs to begin at sunrise. Some work is meant for the dark. Some clarity arrives when things quiet down. And when you ignore the cycles, you burn out. When you ignore endings, you are stagnant. But when you ignore rest, you lose your discernment. Nigbami's message is about synchronization, learning when to start, when to wait, when to receive, and when to let things go. The new moon teaches restraint and intention. The full moon teaches accountability, what grew, what didn't, what needs harvesting or closure. The diaspora survived because people remembered how to move with the cycles of Nigbami, who asks you to reclaim that memory. Alignment with the lunar cycles is regulating yourself. Ashe. Please take what resonates with you and leave the rest. The next thing that they brought up was about your alignment. What's your role, integrity, and community responsibility? You see, women change roles based on need and circumstances. The flexibility kept communities intact. The diaspora complicated that because the roles were blurred. Alignment corrects that distortion. It's about doing what is yours with integrity, knowing when to lead, when to support, when to step back, and when to say no. Losing yourself to rise and meet endless demands is not cute or honoring. The ancestors are asking you to assess yourself honestly. Where are you acting out of obligation instead of purpose? Alignment, like I said before, is also a community skill. When people are in roles that don't fit, the entire community will weaken. When people honor what they can do, that strengthens the community. Integrity means standing on business and allowing your actions to match what you know to be true. Your communication matches your values. Your effort is directed and not all over the place. This is Holy Trinity work because it balances self, community, and responsibility. Please take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Ashe. The next thing they left us was foundational memory, your body as an archive. See, the diaspora changed records, names, and documentation, and your body remembers things that your mind never learned. Why certain sounds feel natural, why certain foods ground you, why certain places either calm you down or aggravate you. That's inheritance. The ancestors are warning you to don't trust only what can be proven on paper. Documents can be changed and records can be erased. This does not mean that you reject study or history. It just means expanding your knowledge. Feeling is not below thinking. Hoodoo survived because it trusted the inner knowing of those before us that goes back in time type knowing. What works, what responds, what repeats across generations. Your reactions are not always personal. Some are ancestral memories surfacing. Listen more carefully to your body. Ashe? All right. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Aja. Aja comes when healing becomes unavoidable. She appears when something is calling you deeper into truth, responsibility, or service. The diaspora forced people to learn new lands very quick. New plants, new climates, new medicines, and Aja's over that adaptation. She teaches you how to listen to what grows where you are now. Medicine is not limited to herbs. It includes breath, movement, and exposure. Sometimes stillness, sound, and touch. Aja reminds you that healing is relational. You don't dominate nature. You collaborate with it. Walking barefoot, being present, observing patterns, paying attention. And some of you are being called to heal yourselves first. Others are being trained to support the collective, but require humility, patience, and attentiveness. Aja's classroom is lived experience. She teaches that medicine exists inside of you and around you, and ignoring either one creates an imbalance. Ashe? All right. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. We here now. I'm going to close this thing out because I know that y'all are busy today. I'm going to close it out. These New World teachers do not replace African wisdom. Point blank, period. They extend it. They arrive because survival demanded expansion, adaptation, and new forms of communication. You see, the ancestors are not asking you to romanticize the struggle. They're asking you to use what was survived. The line was not broken, it just adjusted. And now you're standing at a point where memory becomes choice. The New World did not erase African wisdom, it tested it. And the fact that these teachings still speak, still function, still regulate, protect, and guide means that the line held. And one thing should be clear. Hoodoo is not an aesthetic, okay? It's not trend-based. And what brings us to the next necessary conversation, because what survives must also be protected. And the next time we meet, we'll be talking about boundaries, ownership, and truth-telling, with a focus on hoodoo as being a closed African-American practice, appropriation, or in this case, misappropriation. We're going to talk about something that's very trendy in the news right now. Yeah. We're not going to blur this section. We're going to talk about it. Because clarity is a non-negotiable. All right, I want to thank you for coming through. This is a lot of information. Again, like I said, it's a lot. Go back, red ball it, listen to the parts that you need to. Get yourself familiar with parts 1, 2, and 3. Because when we get back to part 4, ooh-wee, and part 5, ooh-wee, woo, I got something for that. Anyway, be well, stay safe. I say and deep bow to each and every one of you. And I'll see you around these YouTube streets. Maybe. We'll see. I'll definitely be on here this evening because Dee and Kels will be back on the mic for the ships. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. It's going to be a sure blast. Make sure that you pull up because they going to make a splash. And bars. Talk to y'all later. Be well.
Georgia, Georgia.
Yeah, just pulled up to the Love Palace. Ain't no cap here, just facts and feels. D and Kels on the mic, we talking ships, all kinds. Pull up and unpack. Kiss and Trey. Friendships that held me down through the struggle. Companions who dipped when I stepped out the bubble. Family ties that tug, some tight, some frayed. But we lay it all out, let the truth get played. No judgment, just lessons on velvet chairs. We speak from the gut, raw love, stripped bare. Got a steed, got that glow like sage in the wind. Queen Coles hit the mic, truth spilling again.
Ships, we talking, we walking. No filters, just real. Love Palace, the spot where your soul can heal. All them ties, all those vibes, we ain't letting them drown. We lift ships up, never tear them down. With
Situationships with benefits and
Yeah. Stop playing small. Stop hiding. Take the cap off. Let it breathe. What it is, 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 what it is. Take the cap off. Let it pop, let it snap in. Hold on all the fire, had it tucked in the back. Take the cap off. Let it spill, let it drop. You been silent too long, let the pressure go pop. Take the cap off. No fear, no doubt. What's in you been loud? You just knew that it out. Take the cap off. Whole room gonna shake. This your moment right now.
Sorry, I'm late.
Take the cap off. I've been biting my tongue, playing nice, staying cool. Tell myself how to shine, try to follow the rule. They said maybe next time I say yeah like a fool. Whole line in my chest, but I stayed in the zoo. Trauma had me for the insecurity, train me. Fear kept the key, but the door couldn't cage me. They doubted, I nodded and doubted myself. Put my gifts on the shelf like I do it when I'm ready. But ready don't come when you scared to be seen. Perfection, a lot to get killed in the dream. So I'm ripping the zeal, I'm breaking the lock. If it's messy, it's honest. Hey, take the cap off. Take the cap off. cap off. Let it pop, let it snap, been holding all this fire, had it tucked in the back. Take the cap off, let it spill, let it drop. You been solid too long, let the pressure go pop. Take the cap off, no fear, no doubt. What's in you been loud, you just muted it out. Take the cap off, the whole room gon' shake. This your moment right now. Hey, take the cap off. Who told you you were too much? Who told you sit down, hush? Who made you question your voice?
Flawless, let's get to it. Let's make this conversation worth your time.
But I ain't to be small. I'ma hold down strong front. I'm tired of whispering winds, tired of playing the edge. If I got something to say, I'ma say it with my chest. No cap, literally, no mask. This is me. If they laugh, let them choke on the globe. And believe, shake it out, shake it out. Rearrange yours, crack the top, hear that sound, that's your power.
Into Chimaka Essentials, my happy place. Come on in with me. The smell of citrus and vanilla hit you right away. Hi, welcome to Chimaka Essentials.
Let it pop, let it snap, been holding all this fire, had it tucked in the back. Take the cap off, let it spill, let it drop. You been silent too long, let the pressure go pop. Take the cap off, no fear, no doubt. What's in you been loud, you just muted it out. Take the cap off, whole room gon' shake. This your moment right now.